Yes, this is going to be a good one. Diablo Franchise has just released its first new class in 10 years. Stick with me to the end to find everything about it. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Mr. Man Plays. Today's episode is about the newest class in Diablo Franchise, Blood Knight. On July 13th, the Blood Knight class arrived in Diablo Immortal and I'm really excited to share with you today the newest mid-range vampiric class, its skills, legendary items and builds in this comprehensive guide. Let's have a look at the Blood Knight class. What are the Blood Knights? According to the lore, Blood Knights are vampiric-like creatures with supernatural powers and the ability to shapeshift between human and monster. You might be wondering if Blood Knight is free to play at launch. Of course it is. Diablo Immortal's Blood Knight class is free to play for everyone. And also for players that want a full gameplay immersion, it's worth mentioning that there are new VOs for the Blood Knight if you play a fresh character through the campaign. How to play as a Blood Knight? You'll be able to play as a Blood Knight in a couple of ways actually. One of them is to create a new character and select, of course, the Blood Knight class. There are also unique character customization options available for this specific class, and their campaign, as I said previously, is fully dialogued and voiced. Another way to play as a Blood Knight is to use the class change feature, which, again, is totally free. The 7-day class change cooldown will be removed for the first 3 weeks after the Blood Knight's release. So basically, if you change your class to Blood Knight and you don't like it, you can revert back to your class, to your previous class again. And I think this will only take only 1 day cooldown. You can also play as the Blood Knight in the new limited time event Crimson Plain from July 13th to August 2nd. In this event, everyone plays as the Blood Knight. You'll learn a Blood Knight cosmetic and legendary items for completing it. I'll highlight this event separately further down into the video, so be sure to keep watching or use the timestamps below. If you want to learn how to class change in Diablo Immortal, I'll leave a class change guide link in the description. Okay, now, let's show all the Blood Knight mechanics. The Blood Knight is a mid-range class with hybrid attack options that are either melee or ranged. Let's have a look at the Blood Knight skills. Let's start with the primary attack skills. Ravage unleashes a barrage of polearms, thrust and sweeps, dealing damage to enemy and also 25% as much to other nearby enemies. Next, we have Shadow's Edge. It unlocks at level 34. Wield a blade of pure shadow energy that can be used to slash at nearby enemies. This is basically a ranged skill. Okay, now that we are familiar with the basic attacks, let's check out all the skills as well. Starting with Spear Flurry, unlocked at level 1. Channels a flurry of polearms attack, dealing damage to enemies in front of you. Upon activation, if no enemies are nearby, you will dash forward a short distance before the onslaught begins. Next skill on the list, Wave of Blood. You get it at level 1. This skill, expel Wave of Blood that knocks back enemies. Then we have Tendrils of Blood. This unlocks at level 3. Shoot bloody tendrils into nearby enemies, dealing damage. Activate again to pull all afflicted enemies towards you, dealing additional damage. Another nice skill we have here is Siphon of Blood. This unlocks at level 8. Continually siphon blood from the prey around you, dealing damage to all nearby enemies while also healing yourself for 15 damage. Using Siphon Blood slowly consumes its energy, which recovers while Siphon Blood is not in use. Okay, then we have Sanguinate. This unlocks at level 15. Whenever you use Sanguinate, you liquefy into a bloody form for 2.5 seconds, increasing your movement speed by 50%, so this is your ability skill. If you activate it again, you will rush forward, dealing damage to enemies. Next skill on the list, Umbral Lance. This unlocks at level 20. You hurl a lance of pure darkness that penetrates through enemies, dealing damage. Charging longer increases the range and the damage. We also have another nice skill here that I like a lot, called Swarm of Bats. This unlocks at level 28. Whenever you use it, you call a cloud of bats to attack enemies for 8 seconds, continually dealing damage. Next on the list, Whirlwind Strike. This unlocks at level 38. Whirl your polearm around you multiple times, so basically you do like a whirlwind, if you could say that, with your weapon. Then we have Mephitic Cloud, unlocks at level 44. Mephitic Cloud releases a toxic cloud around you for 6 seconds that confuses enemies. causing monsters to attack each other, and restricts targeting for players. So this is basically a crowd control-ish skill. At level 44 you unlock a new skill, Skewer. Skewer is very interesting. It actually skewer an enemy with your polearm and then slams the enemy into the ground, dealing damage to all nearby enemies. Then at level 47 you unlock Shroud of Night. Shroud yourself and allies in darkness for 8 seconds, causing shadow apparitions of yourself to emerge every 1.5 seconds to unleash a primary attack against your enemies. I think it's a buff. Then at level 50 you unlock one of my favorite skills, Abomination. To use Abomination you need to consume all your anger. So basically whenever your anger bar is at full, you can use Abomination. And as I said, you transform into an unholy abomination for 15 seconds, increasing your damage done and replacing your skills with 2 other skills. Here's the skills for Abomination. You have Blood Rush, which moves forward for a short distance, dealing damage to an enemy in your path. And then you also have Shattering Fists, which unleashes a series of massive blows, dealing damage to all nearby enemies, and with every third attack causes a knockback. Next up on the list, at level 53 you unlock Transfusion. Transfusion is a buff that fortifies yourself or an ally, so basically no crowd control can be used towards you. Alright then, now that we know everything about the skills, you're probably also wondering how about the legendary items. Blood Knight comes with 60 new class-specific legendary items. That's a lot. Here I will show you a list with all the legendary items available right now. Feel free to read through them at your own pace. I'm not going to read through all of them because it's going to take me another 15 minutes probably. I know that's a lot. I'm looking forward to try every single one of those, if of course I'm lucky enough to drop all the essences. But probably first I just need to grind the legendary items so I can extract the essences out of them. Okay, now, remember I mentioned about the new limited time event. Yes, that is the Crimson Plane, and this is a Blood Knight specific event. This will be available from July 13th to August 2nd. Crimson Plane is a 3-week limited time event where players will play as the new class Blood Knight. This event is similar to the Fractured Plane, but only with Blood Knights. Crimson Plane is a 15-floor gauntlet where you start without your usual gear, gems and skills. At the beginning, you will be provided with a set of pre-selected skills for the Blood Knight. Advancing through each round will be rewarding you new gear and event currency that can be used to upgrade your level, rewards, or heal your character or buy new items at the beginning of each floor. After finishing the Crimson Plane, all the gear you've collected will disappear, so be mindful of that. This is just for the in-game event. The rewards you'll earn are pretty nice. Finishing the 15th floor without dying more than 5 times will give you legendary items. Also, every 5th floor completed will earn you bonus rewards for your current class. Also, completing a new task each day for 7 days will progress towards milestone rewards. If you complete 2 tasks, you will get 10 Aspirant's Key. If you complete 4 tasks, you will get 1 Telluric Pearl. If you complete 6 tasks, you will get 1 Legendary Crest. And if you complete 7 tasks, you will get the Horadic Legacy Sanguine cosmetic. I'm definitely going to try to get the free cosmetic for the Blood Knight. Talking about cosmetics, this is good information to know. Cosmetics purchased prior to Blood Knight will not be available for the Blood Knight. On the other hand, if you have Children of Lilith, the cross-class cosmetic, it will be available, pre-available skin for the Blood Knight. But don't despair, any cosmetics that releases from now onwards will also include a version for the Blood Knight. Alright guys, this wraps up everything you need to know about Blood Knight. I hope this was helpful. I will see you around. Subscribe, bye!